the USAID education team in Region 4. It consists of 8 Americans and about 15 Vietnamese educators. We cover 16 provinces in Region 4. My name is D.J. Hayes. I come from Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm assisted in my work by Mr. Tran Van Zung. Mr. Zung is classified as an administrative specialist. Today we are visiting the office of Mr. Johnstone, who is the Oko Province representative in Vĩnh Long Province. We will visit Mr. Johnstone and meet Mr. Tet, and they will accompany us on a visit to some of our hamlet schools that have been constructed in the past 2 years, where we'll observe the teaching program and talk with some of the PTA members, the district chief, and so forth. Since 1963 in Region 4, we have constructed about 4,000 hamlet school classrooms and trained in the neighborhood of 5,000 or 6,000 hamlet school teachers. The hamlet school teachers are trained in a 3-month course. They take 2 months of professional education, and then they complete 1 month of practice teaching under an experienced teacher. The school system is administered in a province by a primary education chief who is somewhat like a school superintendent in the United States. Major Bai is the district chief in Vĩnh Long Province. Major Bai has been responsible for building 49 hamlet school classrooms over the past 3 years. We reach our hamlet schools by almost every mode of transportation. Sometimes we walk, we sometimes ride in a jeep, we go by helicopter, by plane, and quite often we go on canals in a canal boat. Sometimes it's considered dangerous to travel in Vietnam, but since I have been working here, I've traveled over 50,000 miles, and I've never been fired upon or harassed in any way by the Vietnamese people. They are friendly. Their hospitality is unequaled anywhere in the world. Their country is crisscrossed by canals. In fact, the Delta has the second most canals in the world. It has about 2,200 miles of canals and is second only to Holland in length of canal. The canals are used for many purposes. They're used for fishing, they're used for washing clothing, they're used for a food supply of shrimp and fish and so forth. But the greatest use they get is a highway. Most everyone owns a small boat who lives on the canal, and they use it for visiting their neighbors and from going from place to place. We're going to visit a school where Miss Vicki Mares, an IVS volunteer, is observing the hamlet school teacher at work. Miss Mares works in the Vĩnh Long Normal School where we train teachers, so it's quite important for her to visit our hamlet school and observe the teacher at work.
Tôi đến để xem lọt lại Choice and Vicky Merritt. There, half thousand. There, 50. 50. Chào các em nhỏ ấy. Tôi đến đây and they xem last night. I came here to observe you study in the class. Tôi khai giải sinh án ở trường Pháp Vĩnh Long. I teach English at the normal school in Vĩnh Long. I teach teachers, and therefore I want to see some of the students that my teachers will soon have. I'm from the United States, and my state is Michigan. The weather in Michigan now is not as warm as it is here in Vietnam. It is rather cold, although it is spring.
Nhưng mà mùa xuân ở Michigan á, thì lạnh lắm, có gì ăn hết.
In the United States, we have 4 seasons. We have winter, spring, summer, and fall. The winter is very cold. We must wear many clothes in order to keep warm.
The Vietnamese curriculum in Hamlet School includes public school music. Since fishing is important in Vietnam, one of the common songs that Vietnamese children like to sing is a song about fishing. Region 4 is commonly known as the Delta. It contains about 40% of Vietnam's population, and about 85% of the population is engaged in farming. In Region 4, we have about 2,000 hamlet schools, about 12,000 hamlet school teachers, and about 800,000 children enrolled in our schools.
Đi thì tao nghĩ tới rồi.
chào ông giáo.
Chào ông giáo ạ.
Chào ông giáo.
Chào ông giáo ạ.
Chào ông giáo.
For a great many years, educational opportunities in Vietnam have been limited to education for a few. There were hardly enough primary and elementary schools for the sons and daughters of the rich. With the induction of the American Aid Program, there's been such an expansion of educational facilities that many children can now attend school. In fact, in Region 4, we have about 52% of the school-age children enrolled in school, and the nation's goal is to get 75% of them enrolled in school. There's such a great hunger for education among the Vietnamese people that quite often we run 3 sessions a day in a classroom, a morning session, a midday session, and an evening session, with every class packed to the limit. I have seen as many as 100 primary school children enrolled in the first grade in our schools. This is the reason the parents are so willing to pitch in and help get the school built, and are so proud of it after it's built, and will do anything possible to protect it, even to fighting the VC.